Hi, welcome to my home and to my channel. I'm Debbie, and yes, I'm coming from the Pacific Northwest where I live, and I am also offering you a weekly episode on something good about all the generations, the seniors, the Gen Zers, and everybody in between. So come along with me and let's get started.
Woke up this morning feeling fine. There's something special on my mind. Last night I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Whoa, yeah. Something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me I'm into something. She's the kind of girl who's not too shy, and I can tell I'm her kind of guy. She danced close to me like I hope she would. She danced for me like I hope she would. Something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me I'm into something. We only danced for a minute or two, and then she stuck close to me the whole night through. Can I be the one in love? For she's everything I've been dreaming of. She's everything I've been dreaming of. I walked her home and she held my hand. I knew it couldn't be just a one night stand. So I asked to see her next week, and she told me I could. I asked to see her and she told me I could. Something tells me I'm into something good. Something tells me I'm into something. Something tells me I'm into something.
Hi, welcome back. This is Debbie, of course, and we are at season 2, episode 7. Today is Sunday, November 3rd in the year 2024, and today's episode is all about relaxing in our Willamette Valley. Yes, I live in the Willamette Valley, which is the Eugene-Lane County area, the western part of Oregon, known for its wineries and known for its CBD and known for all sorts of things that are very much West Coast. And that's what we're going to be enjoying and learning about today. Of course, it really resonates for me because I've always been a person who really feels like I was meant to live in the western part of the United States. In fact, my whole life story, starting with college, I was always out west. I went, as you know, to the University of Arizona in Tucson in the early to mid 70s. I lived in Los Angeles for a number of years, twice in fact. I went there and then I went back again in the late 70s into a portion of the 1980s. And then I bought a house in Nevada and taught school there and lived there for 23 consecutive years. That brought me to Eugene. So look at that, 4 western states: Arizona, California, Nevada, now Oregon, and this is it. I can't aspire to anything better than living in Oregon, and so here we are today. I hope you're doing well. Today's theme about relaxing in the Willamette Valley has to do with the ways that we want to remember, especially in our chaotic, crazy world nowadays. It can be so unpredictable. It can be scary. As you know, I don't have to go into all of that, but if you watch the news or just are living in this world, you'll know that there are ways that we need to relax so that we can gain our health and our equilibrium. And that's a little bit about what I'm going to be sharing today. For instance, I know that for myself, the ways that I can hopefully relax when I get stressed out, I have my litany. I have meditations that I do. I listen to meditation tapes or podcasts. Of course, now we have podcasts that you can listen to and record, books on tape that talk about meditation, and just ways to be able to just slow down the chaos and the noise in the outer world and get more in touch with your inner world and your inner being. Another thing that I know I do, and I know many of you do, is you just get out in nature. Even if it's raining, it doesn't matter. If you can get out in nature during all the different seasons and take a walk, just breathe, take in the air. Some of you live by the ocean. Some of you are retired and live on the Gulf Coast or in the Atlantic. It doesn't really matter. Wherever you are, you can take time in your day if you are intentional about creating relaxation for yourself so you can live comfortably in the world. You'll have the intention to be able to find places in nature that resonate with you. For me, my place is right across the street at our Willamette River. It's so soothing. It has like little wisps of white in the beautiful, there's little rocks and falls and formations, and it keeps flowing, which is rare for a river. It just keeps flowing and moving, sort of like a metaphor for life flowing on. So I do that. Many of you know that you can get massage or go have a jacuzzi soak. I do therapeutic massage, which helps to relax me, my muscles and joints and all of that. Also, of course, those of you that like to meet friends for tea or coffee or wine, which is what we'll be sharing in this episode, are wonderful ways to connect with other people, because oftentimes connection can bring us great joy and healing. And in addition to that, there can be things that you can do, like go to a CBD store, which is someplace that we'll be checking out today as well in this episode, because cannabis oils, when used in proper doses, especially for seniors, can help reduce inflammation from arthritis. It can help soothe your mood. And that way you don't have to worry about getting hooked on prescription drugs, which can also be very expensive and very, very bad for a lot of reasons, but that's another story. Besides that, when I lived in California all those many years ago, I remember that visualization and crystals, having crystals to wear, crystals in your home, feng shui, there would be so many different alternative therapies, which are still in vogue now. And again, because I live on the West Coast, I feel very much a part of that genre of thinking, what are the ways to be able to relax? So all those things are really good. And so that's what we're going to be discussing today. The last thing I want to mention, and I will also have this in the video towards the end, is the fact that when you're meditating and when you're trying to remember, especially during a high stress time, time in your life where it just seems like everything is imploding around you, they always tell you to make a gratitude journal. But in the moment that it's happening, that may not be what you feel like doing. It may be a time when you just feel like throwing a book at the wall, or just beating into a pillow or something, or not doing nothing destructive, of course. I mean, don't hit the dog or anything like that, but to be able to just let go of that stress and that angst and the things that bring us down in the world. So the idea that you can also put together a journal or just write out your feelings, and sometimes even just sit and cry out those tears, because they can be healing tears. I once had a meditation teacher explain that your tears can be like your jewels. And I love that phrase, your tears can be your jewels. In other words, if there's something beautiful that can come out of something that feels like it is negative, your tears can turn into beautiful crystal jewels in your inside internally. So those are just quotes that I remember. There was a Michael J. Fox film, a documentary about his life on Apple TV that I watched last year when it came out, called Still Me, or just the word still, having to do with his journey through Parkinson's, having it diagnosed at such a young age. He had a quote that I will never forget, and I remember I wrote it down for my gratitude journal, and the quote was that gratitude keeps optimism sustainable. Gratitude makes optimism sustainable. But what does that mean? It is often hard to sustain a sense of feeling optimistic when your world is falling apart around you, or what you perceive to be that happening. But Michael Fox had talked about how when he is in moments of gratitude, then he's able to try to the best of his ability, and he takes it one day at a time, he is able to sustain a sense of a flow of optimism. Does he always achieve it? Probably not. It's a real challenge. That's part of being human and being on this earth. But I like that phrase, gratitude makes optimism sustainable. And for as long as that can be, whether it's a moment, whether it's an hour, whether it's a day, or whether it's your whole life, I just thought that was incredibly beautiful. And so with that, we're going to start this episode at a beautiful Western Oregon, South Hills winery called Sweet Cheeks. And I'm with three friends of mine. Actually, it's my good friend Lynn, her grown adult daughter Mindy, and Lynn's friend Kathleen. And so we're going to do an episode at the winery talking about how wine and a relaxing vineyard helps us to stay relaxed, happy, and at peace. So without further ado, here we go. Hi everyone, welcome out to the beautiful Willamette Valley here in Western Oregon, where, as you know, I live. I have three wonderful friends with me today who are sharing some enjoyment of wine tasting and wine sipping right here from our beautiful Willamette Valley wines. And we have a vineyard here, and the name of this establishment is Sweet Cheeks. So I'm introducing to you my three guests, my friends that I'm hosting today for this wine extravaganza. We have Kathleen over here. We have my good friend Lynn and her daughter Mindy. And of course, you know me. So without further ado, let's get started. We had such a lovely and relaxing and sunshine-filled afternoon at the Sweet Cheeks Winery in South Eugene in our Willamette Valley. Here you see my friends, and they're all toasting with their wine. We had a lovely discussion about why we all enjoy the wine and the ambiance. Some of the audio did not come as clearly because there were other parties going on. So here's our opportunity to show you some of the beauty and the nature and the reason why we all enjoy relaxing as a group. And it was a lovely day. And now it's time for us to go on a little trip to the mall. Who knew that a mall would have a CBD store, a cannabis store, a dispensary? But yes, we are in the year 2024. It's no longer 1964. So we can go in and learn about what kind of tinctures we can get to help us to relax. Here we go. So I have a question. Myself and a lot of my senior friends, we're learning that CBD comes in many forms, and it can do things to help us to relieve anxiety and help us with our arthritis and other aches and pains in life. Can you tell me a little bit more about what CBD is and how it comes, and just anything you can explain to us who've never tried it before?
So CBD is short for cannabidiol. It's hemp derived mainly. You can find it in some THC products because they're kind of related to one another. However, you can use CBD just for medical benefits such as arthritis, neuropathy, spina bifida, MS, things like scoliosis even. Or even if your cartilage is kind of wearing down, it'll help you with that. CBD has cell regenesis properties. So it's also going to help you regenerate new cells and new neurons.
Wonderful, my goodness. when I was coming of age in my teens, we're talking a long time ago because I'm in my 70s now, and my senior viewers as well, we didn't have this opportunity whatsoever. It was considered a totally illegal drug. You'd have to go like some back alley or whatever, you know, and of course people would make jokes about it, they made songs about it. But now, fast forward to the year 2024, and we can go into the mall, which is
crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
So that, and I think, am I right when I say that Oregon was one of the first states that legalized marijuana for regular use, not just medicinal?
Yeah, Oregon, Colorado, and I believe Washington and California.
What are the forms? Now, let's say if somebody doesn't want to smoke, but they want to use I mean, is there such a thing as like tea cookies and ground? I mean, how can you have it and just have it, especially for my seniors that are not used to this? What are the ways to have it so they don't end up overdosing? How do you do this?
So, technically you can't really overdose on CBD. However, it is recommended that you don't exceed 2,500 milligrams of edible CBD in a day. Topically, you can go up to however much you need for pain, but if you're going to eat it, you probably should not exceed 2,500 milligrams. Although nothing bad will happen, it's just not really recommended because you won't be as productive. It comes in many forms, so you can get it as a cooking oil so that you can cook with it. It'll be completely hemp derived.
Wow.
You can get it as a topical, as a massage oil, as a pain cream, or a roll-on that has quite a bit of reach on it. It has a little roller ball as well, so it kind of massages it in. And you can also get it in the form of gummies and tea.
So here we are continuing at the mall on a busy Sunday, but we couldn't leave without stopping at Crystal Palace, which is full of, yes, you guessed it, beautiful crystals. All shapes and sizes and all kinds of forms. And here we have a form being a bracelet. Look at that. And of course it has healing powers. I feel like a spokesmodel right now. Here I am showing one of the many beautiful designs. Amethyst, my mother's favorite birthstone. Rose quartz, jade, has all sorts of healing for self-love and peace. And of course, as you can see, this one is a zodiac one. And here we have a beautiful candle in my favorite turquoise blue color. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize when you go to a Crystal Palace store, you can find also, oh my goodness, here's the chakras, the 7 chakras. And of course, being a consumer society, there's all sorts of things you can buy for your home. It's just beautiful. You can use these as paperweights. You can use these to zone out with your CBD brownies. Oh my goodness, these are my favorite colors for sure. Oh, beautiful egg-shaped. Just gorgeous on an etagere at home. I wouldn't know which one to choose. Oh my gosh. This would be a great Christmas gift. Or Hanukkah. Oh, for those cat fans, you know, childless cat ladies and all that. Well, I am so relaxed, I'm ready to take a nap. I just got myself relaxed on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please excuse the sounds in the background. Sometimes on a busy shopping day, the mall gets busy, but what can you do? That's live video in the year 2024. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks for coming with me. I hope you relax. And with that, see you next week. Bye.